Do you sometimes doubt yourself? I do. Are you sure you have what it takes to get the life you want, the results you want? Do you believe in yourself? Are you making this up as you go along? Here are 10 things you can do to improve your self-esteem. Let's get into it. Hello everyone, Wallace Russell from CoachWallaceRussell.com. The definition of self-esteem is a confidence and satisfaction in one's self-respect. A lot of this is about looking in the mirror. The purpose to have a better relationship with yourself is to be more satisfied with yourself, to like yourself, to be more confident in yourself. It helps you move forward with more energy and power and just feeling good in your life. Once again, here are 10 methods of improving your self-esteem. Number 1, positive affirmations. I know you've heard it before. You've seen people with note cards or things on the wall. You are loved. You are successful. And I'm not saying that doesn't work. I'm saying perhaps use them differently. For example, instead of saying, you are successful, you are loved, maybe say, I'm going to work at this, and I'm going to keep working hard until I get the results I want. It pushes you forward. It gives you a little more energy, a little more wind beneath your wings as you try to make something happen in your life. I'm going to deal with this today, and it's going to work out well. Number 2, protect yourself. I don't mean go into battle against someone. I mean, shore up your resources and defenses and find some new methods to deal with the talk. People may say things about you that you don't like. Right? That's the world, because you weren't put on this planet for them to like you. You can listen to see if there's something there for you that you can use to improve yourself, but you need to be doing it for yourself. Often the problem with listening to people is that we take the negative remarks seriously and take the positive remarks lightly. Your self-esteem is powered by what you hold on to about yourself. So choose to hold on to the good things and ignore the bad things if you can, or find a way to shift what the bad things mean to you so that you can use them to improve yourself. But there's another part to this. What about the bad things you say to yourself? Often the results that we get, we don't like. And so we may tend to believe or talk to ourselves in a way that we have no value, that we are worthless, that we can't do anything right, that everything we try just turns to mud. And that happens for real people. You don't have to be broken for that to happen to. You can look at your results and say you don't like them and say there's something about you that's causing those results. But you can change that from criticism to compassion. So it's about looking in the mirror. Instead of saying you're no good or you're not doing what you're supposed to do or you're weak, you can say, I know that didn't work out the way you wanted, but I also know you can fix it. I also know you're capable and you have to work a little harder, but you can do it. And I believe in you. And if no one else will, I will stand with you. You can look at your mirror and say that. You can give yourself a high five. That's actually a thing that someone taught me and told me I should use. When I look in the mirror in the morning and make my plan for today, I give myself a high five. See if that works for you. Number 3 is to reward yourself. I did a video about this earlier, but in order to reward yourself, you have to do something good to earn it. And if you are looking for the things you do good or the places in your life where you have accomplishment to reward yourself, you remind yourself that you are valuable and worthy. It keeps you in the habit of looking, hey, that was good. Hey, that was great. Hey, let's go out and do something because I really did a great thing today. And it has you look at yourself differently because you get what you look for. And if you're looking for ways to reward yourself, if you're looking for what you did well, and you are likely to find them. Number 4, Get clarity on your values. Now, I'm going to say this, if I said it many times before, if you don't write down what your values are, if you try to keep them in your head, this won't work. It's only for people who are willing to write this down. Now, what do I mean by values? Well, what is important to you in your life? If you have children, or if you were to have children, what are the things about life that you want them to know, that you want them to get, that are meaningful, that you live by, that you want them to live by? Another example is define what integrity and being authentic means. What does integrity mean to you? And are you in integrity? And what does that mean? How does that show up? And what does being authentic mean? And how does that show up? And is that an attribute that you have or want to have? And make that list, and check it twice. Make that list to see if you are standing up to the ideals that you have. But if you don't write them down, they're not likely to occur to you in your daily life, so you won't be able to keep yourself on track. But if they're written somewhere, you can say, hey, I'm out of integrity here and I need to move back in, because you have a list of something you can go by. Number 5 is know your worth. This can be used and abused, but here's how I see it. Make a list of your qualities. What are you good at? What are the things, however small or however large, that make you a good person? And what is that value to you? Are you proud of that? And what are you proud of yourself for? What are you proud of yourself that you do consistently? And what can you and what do you do to contribute to the world around you? These things have value, and you need to know and recognize them. But if you're doing the rewards earlier, you're probably going to have some of that already available to you, or you will already know that you have great value. Number 6, read or listen to something or someone inspirational. You are what you eat. And so if you are taking in negativity or not taking in anything at all, then you are starving or you are not healthy. So if there's someone that inspires you to do more and they're on the internet, then follow them. If there's people around you or in your life that inspire you to do something greater or bigger, then be around those people. If there are books, if there are publications or podcasts that sort of keep you in a good spirit, then have those around. Seek those out and make sure they are a regular part of your life. Because when you are inspired, that can only generate good feelings. That can only move you forward in a positive way. And it will increase how you see the world, or improve how you see the world and the positive you can get from it that's available to you. And maybe show you some new ways to have a better life. Number 7, shake the dead weight. That means people, things, habits, surroundings. If there are people around you that are full of negativity, I'm not saying you have to walk up to them and quit them, but you don't have to hang around them anymore. You are there with them by choice. Choose something else. When I talk about things, I mean things like in your house that are negative or have no meaning. There's this buzzword minimalism, in which people remove things from their house and their home and their vision that do not contribute to anything. You know, if you have something in your home that you haven't touched for 6 months or a year, you probably don't need it. So why do you have it? And when you find you have more space around, then you think differently about what to fill it, what to do with that. So remove anything that is holding you into the past or is keeping you from becoming great. Even those habits you have that may not be the greatest habits in the world, you can't really stop habits. You can only replace them. So think about what habits you don't have or don't contribute to the life you want, and see if you can find a better habit that you can replace it with. And what I mean by surroundings, I mean everything. Some people have to go outside to the park, to a coffee shop to meditate, to feel a little differently. Some people get stuck in the house and go crazy. Find a place for you where you can have calm, where you can have peace, where you can shake off the everyday things that don't contribute to the life you want. Number 8, create some boundaries. Draw a line in the sand and enforce it. If you are not going to have this in your life, then you have to be at a level of integrity to mean what you say and say what you mean. If you will have no more negative talk in your life or people saying bad things about you, well, make sure you're not hanging around with people that are doing it. And if they continue to do it, then do something about it. I don't mean you have to do anything to them, but you can remove yourself from the equation. If people are not good for you, stop being around them. Create some boundaries. If people are taking advantage of you, learn to say no. This is all part of creating boundaries. Learn to keep away from that or keep that away from you. Number 9, face your fears. And that doesn't mean that you have to do battle with your fears. It doesn't mean you have to defeat them, but facing them. For example, I have a fear of heights. It hasn't gone away. But every so often, I go to a place where I have to test it, where I go to maybe the edge of something high. I make sure I have something to hold on to, but I keep there for a few minutes to face it, to get in the habit of not being stopped and stymied when I have that feeling. I'm aware of it. It's not gone away, but I am not held back. I am not kept in place. I am not sitting in fear. I can act and I can think. And so just staring at it, I haven't defeated it yet. That's another video. But staring at or getting closer, facing your fears, being in the face of the people that bully you and not, it's okay if you fear them a little bit, but don't let yourself turn to mush. You can only do that by practicing. Number 10, be a lifelong learner. Let's be truthful here. You don't know enough. None of us do. We make major decisions with inadequate information. And even though we like the outcome of the decisions we made, it stands to reason that we could know more. Always be looking for a way to improve your knowledge, your skill, your awareness. Here's why. Here's proof why you need to constantly update your knowledge. Software needs updates. New things have happened in the world. New things are out there trying to stop software. Software gets updates. Encyclopedias, the places where we get information from, they need updates. Why? The world changes. New words, new concepts have brought into being, new things in history. So encyclopedias, binder of knowledge, always has to update. Dictionaries have to update. Languages have to update. What makes you think that you don't? Don't be stagnant. Always be trying to improve what you know and always try to improve or increase your knowledge of the world around you and the tools you can use to make your world the way you want. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you think I left out any ways to improve your self-esteem, I'd like to hear them. Please put them in the comments below, along with any suggestions you may have for future videos. If you're interested in working with me as a life coach or like to explore that, there's a link in the description below that will set you up for a free online consultation. I look forward to the opportunity to work with you. As always, your time, your energy, and your viewership is appreciated. We'll see you next time.